Welcome to the channel, guys. In today's video, I'm finally going to be able to get a good start on the car and basically getting everything. No, I shouldn't say everything, because there is a lot to do to this thing, especially on the inside. I have so much that I want to do on the inside and so much that needs done on the inside. I still have some touching up to do as far as removing the tin, and as far as the front windows, I haven't even touched those at all. So basically there is a lot to do with this thing, and like I said, body work before. So basically I'm gonna finally try and get it jacked up and get the wheels and stuff off, because they don't hold air. This one over here on the driver's side front doesn't hold air hardly at all. That one goes flat all the time. It's not completely flat, but you can see it's starting to lose. So I'm gonna get the jacks, get a tree in the way, get the jacks and get the jack stands and get the car up and off the ground and figure out how to block it, and hopefully it does not roll down the hill into the trees. If I can manage to do that and get away with that clean, then it's a good day and not have any issues, since the parking brake doesn't work and any of that stuff. It'll be a good day. All right, so after a very sketchy process and everything, the jack stands actually aren't even under it, so I probably bought those for nothing, but I'm gonna actually probably make use of them somehow. So what I ended up doing was I got cinder blocks and put those under the front and rear, and then I actually cribbed it up with a 2x4. It's actually sitting under there now. Obviously the jack is out from under it, and I was tempted to go higher and put 6x6 post blocks underneath, but that's a little too high for my liking. So this way I can still get under there, and obviously the other side isn't even jacked up yet. So there you can see the front, but like I said, the other side's not even up yet. So once I get that side up, then it just has the wheels off the ground just enough for me to be able to do what I need to do. And if I need to go higher, I can always go higher later, but as of right now, I don't want it sitting extremely high for the time being, as it's going to be sitting here, because I'm going to be doing a little bit of work here and there. Probably have dirt all over my face, but going to be doing a little bit of work here and there to it. Not going to get too excited with getting it super high right now, and I don't really want it extremely high off the ground anyway. So get the other side done, get the other side jacked up, and I'll probably put the jack stands back under just for a little bit of support, just so at least they're there in case something does happen with the cinder blocks or anything along those lines, just so they're there for a secondary. So get this side, and as you can see, that tire is kind of junk. All the tires are junk, and even the stuff on the wheel is kind of junk. So wow, those rotors are lovely. Either way, I'll get the other side jacked up and go from there. So it is officially, finally jacked up. The car is finally off the ground completely, and I ended up making a few changes. Ended up moving some blocks. Still have the cinder blocks, but I did end up putting the 6x6s under front and rear, and made some small adjustments in the rear, moved the blocks forward. And I've tried everything that I possibly can. I've tried banging into it. I've tried pushing the car to get it to move, to get it to fall off, and I can't get it to move. So I honestly think that's going to work pretty good the way it is there, and somehow this should have been under there, but I'm actually kind of glad this wasn't under there. It just made it a lot easier for me to do what I had to do to get it jacked up and get the blocks and everything and all the placements right, because if that was under there, it just wouldn't have, I don't know, I had to dig around the dirt a little bit to level up the blocks. So I think it worked out pretty well, and we'll get a shot underneath, sorta, maybe. But like I said, I honestly think that that's gonna work really well, and if I need to go up a little higher, I always can later, but this is just where I'm gonna start out as of right now. The jack stands are gonna go back under just for some support, just in case something were to happen, or if it were to fall. Like I said, I've done everything by myself to try and make it fall, and it won't I mean, there's a lot of surface area that it's sitting on right now, so I don't see any reason that it will fall or it would fall. Even wind, I don't think it's gonna knock it over. So just gonna put these under just for some extra support and peace of mind, really is all that is. So we'll get those under, and I'll try and remove the wheels for tonight. It's getting a little dark. I just really didn't plan on trying to jack it up and having it take that long. So, but I guess safety takes time too, so I don't really want crushed under a car. But either way, that's besides the point. I'll get the jack stands under, and then I will try and remove all 4 wheels all the way around, and maybe even some of the front bumper or some of the valance around the outside. So let's get it done. Just for the record, these wheels and tires are a lot lighter than 20s and 35s. Huge difference. These things are like feathers compared to those. I hate lifting those. They suck. Well, the wheels are all officially off, but little advice, if you're planning on taking the wheels off, loosen all the lugs before you jack it up. And I should know this because when I did the truck and changed wheels and tires on the truck and all that stuff, I always did that, but I was more concerned and more worried about getting it jacked up that I completely forgot to loosen the lugs, and I still managed to get them off. I mean, without too much of a problem. It would be a lot easier to do it when it was still on the ground, to just loosen them and then spin them the rest of the way off after it was jacked up. But either way, I did have to move the car a little before I got it jacked up, so not that it really would have mattered much, but I guess I'm kind of glad I didn't loosen them because I did have to tweak the car. So got them all off, and the tread on these tires is really not the greatest. They're all kind of different, but one thing I did notice after I got the tires and everything off, and you can't even see in there, but the rotors here, definitely gonna get new rotors for it. Those aren't really the greatest. Yeah, you really can't see in there, and I don't know if I have a flashlight, but because I'm running out of daylight again, of course. Anyway, what I did notice on both of the front shocks is that the boot is tore on both sides, so dirt and everything else is just getting in there, which I was planning on doing something different with the shocks anyway. But yeah, definitely the boot is tore on both sides, so that's kind of another issue that I'm kind of facing here. So I think what I'm gonna do now is I'll get all these tires or the wheels stacked up somewhere over there and get everything kind of cleaned up for the night, because there's not a whole lot of daylight left, and I accomplished kind of a lot more than I guess I thought I would, because the main concern was getting it all jacked up, and that sounded wrong, but getting it all jacked up off of the ground and get it in position to where I can do work on it. And I wanted to get the wheels off, which I did, but I didn't really think I was going to accomplish it the way the whole getting the car jacked up scenario was going. So glad I got all that done, and glad the wheels are finally off. I can put those somewhere, and now I'll have another stock set of wheels, because I guess hint hint, I'm getting different wheels and stuff for it. So I'll probably get rid of those tires because they're junk, but I might leave them on for the time being, and there is a spare in the trunk. So I guess that's pretty much going to do it for tonight's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. It's just kind of not enough daylight in the day anymore because of the whole time change and whatnot. So should have started a little earlier, but like I said, got more than I wanted to get done. So glad for that, and happy that I finally got it jacked up to where I'm not about half sketched out to climb under there. So I'd climb under there, no problem now, just because I know that it's not really gonna fall or anything like that, because one, I was trying to move it, trying to push the car, trying to lift up on it, all kinds of stuff. And then when I was really prying on the lugs on the wheels to try and get those loose, the car still didn't move. So not a question in my mind that this car is stable, because I'm sure it is, and I obviously did it, so I know it is now. So definitely a plus for that. Like I said, get all this stuff cleaned up for the night. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Comment on the video if you have anything you want to comment, anything you want to add, any input you have on the car, anything you'd like to see me do to the car, be sure to drop it below. And also share the video, get it out there a little bit more, and definitely hit the subscribe button, click the bell so you don't miss any of the videos, any notifications. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great day.